70 years old. For many, it's a milestone marked by reflection, perhaps a slower pace, and more time spent with loved ones. But for some, it's just the beginning of a new adventure. Imagine the open sea stretching endlessly before you, the gentle rocking of a vessel beneath your feet, and the salty tang of ocean air. For one man, what started as a routine fishing trip turned into a story that would capture the attention of coastlines and communities alike. A story of endurance, caution, and the enduring human spirit. Let us step into the world of maritime adventure, where the boundary between tranquility and peril can shift in an instant, especially for those who have spent decades on this earth. In September of 2024, off the vast and unpredictable coast of Florida, a 70-year-old man named Bert Irwin embarked on his fishing boat, a sturdy 37-foot vessel built for both comfort and resilience. Bert was no stranger to the sea. He had spent much of his life navigating these waters, finding solace in the rhythmic lapping of waves and the promise of a good catch. For him, being at sea was not about escape, but about presence, about being fully alive in the embrace of nature. The details of Bert's preparation were meticulous. He stocked his boat with supplies, checked his navigation system, and notified his family of his planned route and expected return. As an experienced mariner, he understood the importance of preparation, especially at his age. The sea can be unforgiving, and the challenges it presents are amplified for older individuals. Physical endurance, reaction time, and the ability to manage emergencies, all of these are tested by the vastness and unpredictability of the ocean. For the first days, everything went according to plan. Bert fished, watched the sun rise and set in streaks of gold and crimson, and kept in touch with his family through regular radio check-ins. The solitude was peaceful, punctuated only by the occasional call of a seabird or the distant splash of a dolphin. But as days turned into weeks, a creeping unease began to set in on shore. Bert's scheduled check-in came and went with no word. Calls to his radio went unanswered. The family's concern grew into alarm, and soon the authorities were notified. The US Coast Guard sprang into action, launching a search operation that would span 8,462 square miles of open ocean. Helicopters skimmed the waves, cutters scoured the horizon, and radio transmissions crackled into the night. The only trace they found was Bert's vessel, eerily empty and adrift. No sign of Bert himself. After 48 exhaustive hours, the search was suspended. The story of Bert Irwin became a cautionary tale, a poignant reminder of the risks that accompany even the most cherished passions. Bert's story is not unique. Just a year later, in July 2025, a similar incident unfolded southwest of Sanibel Island, Florida. This time, a 77-year-old fisherman found himself in dire straits, experiencing stroke-like symptoms nearly 138 miles from shore. The Coast Guard once again demonstrated its vigilance and expertise, deploying a helicopter to airlift the man to Gulf Coast Medical Center, where he received critical care. These events, reported by local news outlets and watched by concerned communities, underscore a growing reality. More seniors are taking to the water, seeking adventure and solitude, but also exposing themselves to significant risks. Why do these stories matter? Because they illuminate the intersection of human resilience and vulnerability. The allure of the sea is timeless, drawing people of all ages into its embrace. For older individuals especially, the call of the ocean can represent freedom, a connection to cherished memories, and a testament to their enduring vitality. Yet the ocean is indifferent to age or experience. It demands respect, preparation, and a clear understanding of one's limits. Recent incidents, like those involving Bert Irwin and the unnamed fisherman off Sanibel Island, have prompted renewed attention to maritime safety, particularly for the elderly. The Coast Guard and other maritime authorities now emphasize a comprehensive approach to safety for all seafarers, but especially those in their senior years. This includes not only the basics, life jackets, emergency beacons, and reliable communication devices, but also regular health assessments, contingency plans, and clear communication protocols with those on shore. For Bert Irwin, the sea was home. His disappearance left a void, not only in his family, but also in the broader community of mariners who understand both the beauty and the danger of venturing far from shore. His story, while tragic, has become a catalyst for change. Safety workshops, outreach programs, and new technologies are being developed and deployed to ensure that those who follow in Bert's wake are better protected. Consider the technological advance now available to mariners, especially older ones. Satellite tracking devices can pinpoint a vessel's location in real time, enabling rapid response in emergencies. Wearable health monitors can alert authorities and loved ones to potential medical crises before they become life-threatening. Radio check-ins, once the mainstay of maritime communication, are being supplemented by text and data transmissions, ensuring that even if one system fails, others can fill the gap. These innovations hold the promise of making the sea safer for everyone, but especially for those who may be more vulnerable due to age or health concerns. But technology alone is not enough. The human factor remains paramount. Before embarking on any extended voyage, especially one that may last weeks or more, older mariners are now encouraged to undergo thorough health screenings. Conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and neurological issues can be exacerbated by the physical demands and isolation of life at sea. Medications must be carefully managed with contingencies in place for delayed returns or unexpected emergencies. Family members play a crucial role as well. Regular check-ins, clear communication of plans, and a willingness to speak up if something seems amiss can make the difference between a safe adventure and a tragic outcome. Maritime authorities recommend establishing specific protocols, scheduled calls or messages, backup contact methods, and a clear understanding of the route and timeline. These measures are not just bureaucratic hurdles, they are lifelines, ensuring that help can be summoned quickly if needed. The story of the 70-year-old man alone on his fishing boat for a month is, at its heart, a story of the tension between independence and vulnerability. For many seniors, the desire to maintain autonomy is powerful. The sea offers a kind of freedom that is rare on land, a place where one's skills, experience, and judgment are tested and rewarded. But independence does not mean isolation. The best mariners know that preparation and connection are not signs of weakness, but of wisdom. In the wake of recent incidents, communities up and down the coastlines are coming together to support their older mariners. Local fishing clubs now offer safety briefings tailored specifically to seniors. Equipment rental shops provide discounts on advanced safety gear, and a network of volunteer sea buddies checks in on solo fishermen, at regular intervals. The culture of the sea is evolving, blending the old values of self-reliance and courage with a new emphasis on community, technology, and proactive care. The lessons learned from Bert Irwin's disappearance and the near tragedy off Sanibel Island resonate far beyond the shores of Florida. They are echoed in every marina, every coastal town, every family that has watched a loved one set out on the water and waited anxiously for their return. These stories are reminders that while the sea is a place of beauty and adventure, it is also a place of risk, a place where preparation, vigilance, and respect are essential. For those who dream of setting out on their own maritime adventures, especially in their later years, the message is clear. Live your dreams, but do so wisely. Take advantage of the latest safety technologies. Stay connected to those on shore. Know your limits, and don't be afraid to ask for help. The sea will always be there, vast and inviting, but it demands the best of those who would challenge its depths. And for the families, friends, and communities who support these adventurers, the role is just as important. Check in often, encourage preparation, celebrate the spirit of adventure, but never lose sight of the need for caution and care. The story of a 70-year-old man spending a month on a fishing boat is not just a tale of endurance or tragedy. It is a window into the lives of those who seek meaning and challenge in their later years. A testament to the enduring pull of the ocean and a call to action for all who cherish the freedom of the sea. In every wave that breaks, in every vessel that sets out beyond the horizon, there is a story waiting to be told, a story of courage, of loss, and above all, of the unbreakable bond between humanity and the sea. As we look to the future, the hope is that the lessons of the past will guide us towards safer, more fulfilling adventures. That every mariner, regardless of age, can find both freedom and security on the open water. That the legacy of those like Bert Irwin will inspire new generations to embrace the sea with both reverence and resolve. And that, above all, the stories we tell will be not only of loss, but of lives well lived, journeys well taken, and adventures that honor both the spirit and the safety of all who hear the call of the deep. So whether you are a seasoned sailor or someone who simply dreams of casting off into the unknown, remember, the sea is vast, but it is not empty. It is filled with stories, with lessons, and with the promise of discovery. Prepare well, cherish your connections, and let your journey be one that inspires not only courage but care. The month-long voyage of a 70-year-old man on a fishing boat and the stories of those who have followed remind us that life's greatest adventures are often those that challenge us the most. They require not only strength and skill, but also humility, preparation, and the willingness to learn from those who have gone before. In the end, the true measure of any journey is not just in the miles traveled, but in the wisdom gained, the connections forged, and the legacy left for those who follow in our wake.